My name is Samera and I'm the author of 2 novels, a young adult fiction novel called Half My Luck and a middle grade novel called The Sideways Orbit of Evie Hart. I'm a graduate of the Creative Writing Stage 1 course at the Australian Writers Centre, and both my books have been published by HarperCollins. So I actually was a journalist. I was a journalist for a number of years. I wrote feature articles for magazines, and when I first sat down to write a book, I thought, it's going to be so easy. I've got this. I can write a book. I've written articles for Dolly magazine. It turns out it wasn't that easy. So when I did sit down to actually start writing, that's when I realized I needed a little bit of help. So despite the fact that I've been writing, 1,000-word articles all these years, it was very different. So I really liked that this course was run by Australian authors. So the information felt really localized by people who'd actually had their own books published in the market that I was trying to get into. So I'm a nerdy note taker and I have a little Dropbox, and I can access that from my phone or my computer or on the go, anywhere I am. And I actually created a document and I put all my little favorite nuggets from the course into this one document that I can just access whenever I'm stuck for advice or stuck in a scene. I can go back and refer to those notes. One of the most valuable things I took from the course was about how to develop characters. So either I lacked that kind of knowledge or experience there, or I just felt really interested. And that's why I think all my notes that I wrote down from the course seem to be around that topic. So, just great tips like looking back on diaries to create authenticity, being interested in your character, because if you're not, readers aren't going to be interested in your character. So that sort of stuff I found really helpful. It was so surreal when I found out I was going to be published. It was like I was outside of my body looking in at someone else's magical, crazy life. Through the Australian Writers Centre, I discovered that I could actually get published. I think that was something I hadn't thought about before, that, I was a big reader and I was reading books on shelves all the time. But then once you actually sort of study it and then get into the writing of it, you're like, well, actually, that could be me. If it wasn't for the Australian Writers Centre, I'd probably still be sitting on chapter 1 of Half My Luck, not knowing what I was doing with it, how I was going to develop a character, how I was going to build a story arc. So obviously I got to finish the book because I had all that sort of new background and knowledge. If I was to recommend a course with the Australian Writers Centre to a friend, I would say go for it, because your future published author self will thank you.